So artificial hybridization is obtained by three very important techniques. One is called emasculation, bagging and rebagging. What is a bud? Bud is an outgrowth. What is outgrowth? Continuous oozing of blood due to the absence of clotting factor. So Morgan's experiments are mainly based on linkage and recombination. Thymine is found only in DNA, not in RNA. So that is, the wall of the seminiferous tubule is lined by two types of cells. One is called germinal cells, the other one is called the Sertoli cells. Moving on to the next part, that is 41st question. In the following diagrammatic representation showing stages of embryonic development, identify the type of growth phase labeled as M and N. So what is M and what is N? If you just look at the diagram, here you can see the zygote is a single cell which will undergo division, first mitotic division, that is into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8, so like that. So 8 into more cells. So identify the type of growth phase as M and N, labeled as M and N. So here there are two types of growth phase. One is called the arithmetic growth, the other one is called the geometric growth. So what is arithmetic growth? In arithmetic growth, only one cell divides and all the other cells undergo differentiation. What do you mean by differentiation? Cells group into tissues, tissues into organs, like that. In geometric phase, the growth is proportional to the nutrient supply, after which it declines. And all the cells divide by mitosis. And this geometric phase is also called as exponential growth. So when you look at the picture, M stands for geometric growth and N stands for arithmetic growth. So M stands for geometric growth and N stands for arithmetic growth. So option A, both M and N are arithmetic phases, is wrong. Both M and N are geometric phases is wrong. M is geometric phase and N is arithmetic phase is correct. M is arithmetic phase, N is geometric phase is wrong. So the option C is correct. M is geometric phase and N is arithmetic phase. So the option C is correct. 42nd question. Indigestion of fats in humans may be an indication of option A, under secretion of saliva, option B, under secretion of amylopsin. All these are salivary enzymes. Option C, intestinal ulcers, and option D, inflammation of liver. Indigestion of fat will cause fatty liver disease. And this is nothing but buildup of fat in the liver, which is going to damage the organ. So there will be accumulation of fluids called ascites, fluids in the liver, which will lead to what? Inflammation of liver. So indigestion of fats in humans may be an indication of under secretion of saliva, wrong. Under secretion of amylopsin, wrong. Intestinal ulcer is wrong. Inflammation of liver, option D is correct. So option D is correct. Indigestion of fats will lead to what? Inflammation of liver. Inflammation of liver. Choose the correct statement from the following options. Option A, histamine, serotonin and heparin are secreted by basophils. Basophils are a type of blood cells And the secretions of, so first I'll just go through the options. Option A, histamine, serotonin and heparin are secreted by basophils. Option B, person with blood group AB can donate blood to person with blood group A. Option C, erythroblastosis fetalis may result when fetus is Rh negative and mother is Rh positive. Atherosclerosis is often referred to as angina pectoris. Histamine, serotonin and heparin are secreted by basophils. Very important. So, they are the secretions of basophil. Correct. Person with blood group AB can donate blood to a person with blood group A is wrong. AB is a universal recipient. Can give or donate blood to only AB people. Here it is given as A, so it is wrong statement. Right? Then erythroblastosis fetalis. Right? So erythroblastosis fetalis, erythro means what? RBC. Blastosis means what? Breaking of RBC cells in the fetus may result when the fetus is Rh negative and mother is Rh positive is wrong. Mother is Rh negative and the fetus is Rh positive, then only this disorder is there. That is erythroblastosis fetalis. So this is wrong. Atherosclerosis is what? Hardening of arteries. Hardening of blood vessels. Blood vessels due to deposition of cholesterol, fat, cholesterol. So that is called atherosclerosis is referred as angina pectoris is wrong. Angina pectoris is nothing but called chest pain due to the abnormal blood vessels. So angina pectoris is chest pain. So this is also wrong. So the option which is correct is A. A is the correct option. Choose the correct statement from the following. So 44th question, that is in blind spot of the human eye. So blind spot where images are not detected due to the absence of rods and cones. Rods and cones. Rods and cones are nothing but photoreceptor cells. Photoreceptor cells. So in blind spot of the human eye, option A, only cones are absent is wrong. Option B, only rods are absent, wrong. Both rods and cones are absent is correct. Both cones and rods are present, that is option D is wrong. So option C is correct. Option C is correct. A boy after attaining sexual maturity shows muscular growth, growth of facial, axillary hair, aggressiveness, low pitch of voice. These changes are attributed to hormone. All those you can see that all those are the characters of a male attaining sexual maturity due to the male hormone called testosterone. So a boy after attaining sexual maturity shows muscular growth, growth of facial and axillary hair, aggressiveness and low pitch of voice. These changes are attributed to which hormone? Testosterone. So option A, testosterone. Option B, option A is correct, testosterone. Glucagon is what? Alpha cells of pancreas produces what? Glucagon. Estrogen is a female hormone. Estrogen is responsible for the process of formation of female secondary sexual characters. Secretin is a hormone secreted by the duodenum. Duodenum. So it has nothing to do with the male secondary sexual character. So the option is A. A is correct. That is testosterone. Right. Moving on to the 46th question. Identify the odd one among the following disorders. Sickle cell anemia is an autosomal recessive disorder. Correct. Thalassemia is again an autosomal recessive disorder. In sickle cell anemia, as you know, the RBC cells will be sickle shaped, right? Hemophilia is a disease which is due to absence of clotting factor. Phenylketonuria is again an autosomal recessive disorder. Right, where the phenylalanine is not metabolized and it is going to be stored in the brain cells, where it will lead to mental retardation. Hence we call it as what? PKU idiots. Right. Identify the odd one among the following disorders. So option C is the odd one. Option C, that is hemophilia. It is due to what? Absence of clotting factor, where the clotting of blood is delayed and there is continuous oozing of blood due to the absence of clotting factor, and sometimes it may also prove fatal. Next, from the chromosomal complements given below, identify the one which shows female heterogamety. XXXY is sex determination in humans. Sex determination in humans. And female heterogamety is this one. Option B represents female heterogamety. You know, heterogamosis is of two types. One is called male heterogamety and female heterogamety. So this is an example for where females are heterogamous. So ZZ is male and ZW is female. So it is an example for heterogamety. This is male heterogamety. Male heterogamety. This is also so wrong. So the option B is correct. B is correct, that ZZ, ZW is an example for female heterogamety. So in Morgan's experiment with Drosophila, when yellow-bodied white-type-eyed female was crossed with brown-bodied red-eyed male and their progeny were intercrossed, what was the percentage of recombinants in F2 generation? So Morgan's experiments were mainly based on linkage and recombination. Linkage and recombination. So Morgan's experiments are mainly based on linkage and recombination. So in F2 generation, the progeny, that is around 98.7%, were of parental type. That is, parental type means what? Both yellow-bodied white-eye type and brown-bodied and red-eyed type. So this was 98.7% of parental type, but 1.3% were of non-parental type, that is yellow-bodied and red-eyed type. Then the other combination was what? Brown-bodied and white-eyed type. So in Morgan's experiment with Drosophila, when yellow-bodied white-eyed female was crossed with brown-bodied red-eyed male and their F1 progeny were intercrossed, what was the percentage of recombinants in F2 generation? So 1.3% were recombinants. Mixed variety, that is yellow-bodied red-eyed, brown-bodied white-eyed. So option A, 98.7% is wrong. They are not. 98.7 was parental type. B, 37.2% wrong. C, 62.8% wrong. D, 1.3% correct. There were the recombinants. Mixed types, right? Next, in the following symbols used in human pedigree analysis, identify the symbol that denotes congeneous mating. Congeneous mating is also called as mating between the relatives, right? Or marriage between relatives. Marriage between relatives, which is represented like this, right? So mating between relatives. So in the pedigree analysis, identify the symbol that denotes congeneous mating. So option A, here you can see the same, correct. Here it is wrong. This is marriage between a male, this is male, and this is female individual. This is wrong and this is completely wrong. So the option A is correct. Option A is correct, which represents what? Consanguineous mating. Moving on to the 50th question. Which of the following nitrogen bases is found in only in DNA? So nucleic acids are DNA and RNA. So DNA is made up of 4 nitrogen bases. 4 nitrogen bases, that is adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Whereas RNA is made up of 4 nitrogenous bases, that is adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. Here it is thymine, here it is uracil. So thymine of DNA is replaced by uracil in RNA. The rest 4 nitrogenous bases are same. The only thing is in DNA the nitrogen base is thymine. In RNA it is uracil. So which of the following nitrogen bases is found only in DNA? Adenine is found in both RNA DNA. Guanine is found in both RNA DNA. Cytosine is found in both RNA and DNA. The found only in DNA is what? Thymine. Option D. Thymine is found only in DNA, not in RNA. So the option D is correct. The nourishing cells in the seminiferous tubules. Hope you remember in the human reproduction, when you studied about the male reproductive system, the highly coiled structures are called seminiferous tubules. So the nourishing cells in the seminiferous tubules are Leydig cells produces the male hormone called androgen. Spermatogonial cells are the main mother cells. Male mother cells. Follicular cells or female mother cells. Female cells. Sertoli cells are the cells which nourish the seminiferous tubules. That is, the wall of the seminiferous tubule is lined by two types of cells. One is called germinal cells, the other one is called the Sertoli cells. So, the nourishing cells, the Sertoli cells are found in the seminiferous tubule. So, the option is D. Option D is the Sertoli cells, which are the nourishing cells for the sperms. So, option D. 52nd question. In a normal menstruating woman, menses occur on 5th April. What will be the expected date of ovulation? So, you have come across in menstrual cycle. So, first 5 days is called menstrual phase. Menstrual phase. Second one is called what? Follicular phase. And third one is called what? Ovulatory phase. And fourth one is called the secretory phase. So, the ovulation is nothing but called expulsion of what? Expulsion of mature ova, which takes place on the 14th day. 13 to 14th day. 13 to 14th day of menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle. So ovulatory phase is between 13 to 14. So total menstrual cycle is 28 days. An average of 28 days. So if in a normal menstruating woman, menses occur on 5th April, what will be the expected date of ovulation? So first 5, you add 13. So 8. So it will be on 18th April. 18th April. So, if in a normal menstruating woman, menses occur on 5th April, what will be the expected date of ovulation? So, from day 5 to 13, add 13. So, it will be 18th April, 14th April, 10th April, 29th April. So, it is 18th April. So, what will be the expected date of ovulation? That is the 18th day of the menstrual cycle. Identify the cells represents as P, Q, R and S in the given schematic representation of spermatogenesis. This is a schematic representation of spermatogenesis. Now, what is P, what is Q and what is R and what is S? So, what is P? What is Q? What is R? What is? So, P is primary spermatocytes. So here you can see the primary, so more number of spermatogonia are formed. Spermatogonia are formed and they develop into primary spermatocyte. Primary into secondary spermatocyte. And here you can see, that is, you can see spermatids. Here, spermatozoa. Here you can see the spermatozoa. Here you can see the transformation. Transformation. Where you call it as spermatoleiosis. That is, the spermatids get transformed. Spermatozoa or the motile sperms. Motile sperms. So, P is primary spermatocyte, Q is secondary spermatocyte, R is spermatids and S is spermatozoa. So, which is the option which is correct? First one is what? Primary spermatocyte. Here you will come across. So, here you don't come across. Here also you don't come across. Here also. Obviously, what will be the right answer? So, first you have to identify the first right answer and see whether that first right answer is there in the 4 options. then only you can get an idea. So there itself, see, as I said, cracking this competitive exams needs more of smart work. So you should use your brain for the analysis of the right answer. Very, very important for cracking your competitive exam. You might know about the concepts, but how you use your presence of mind during this particular exam, because as I said, only 1 minute will be there for one question. So within that 1 minute you have to do the analysis part and also mark the right option. So it's very, very important for you to analyze. Among the 4 options, when you get to know the first right answer, then only that is an indication where you can mark the options, right? All these are small things which you need to take care while cracking the competitive exam. So here you can see P is primary spermatocyte, correct. Q is secondary spermatocyte, correct. And R is spermatids, correct. And S is spermatozoa, correct. So option A is correct. Option A is correct. Then the method of natural contraception which requires correct knowledge of menstrual cycle is lactational amenorrhea. What is lactational amenorrhea? During the breastfeeding, will not have her menstrual cycle. So the method of natural contraception which requires correct knowledge. Then coitus interruptus, it is also called withdrawal method. Before insemination, the penis is withdrawn, then it is called coitus interruptus. Periodic abstinence, very, very important. This is called a natural contraceptive. This is called natural contraceptive. What do you mean by contraceptive? The methods which will avoid unwanted pregnancy. So what is periodic abstinence? As I already said, 14th day is the unsafe period. Unsafe period. So 10 to 18, you can call it as unsafe period. Unsafe period where chances of fertilization is quite common. Fertilization, when the ovum is produced. So chances of fertilization is more. If the couple avoid coitus during this particular period, during this particular unsafe period, then they can avoid unwanted pregnancy. So this is called as a natural contraception. No need or no chemicals are used, no barriers are used. So this is a natural method, and that is called periodic abstinence. Abstinence means what? Remaining away from this particular period called 10 to 18th of the menstrual cycle. Then intrauterine devices, no, this is not a natural. These are the devices which act as barriers for the ovum and the sperm. A childless couple visit assisted reproductive technology. Question number 55. A childless couple visit, as I said, many are females and many are couples are infertile. What do you mean by infertility? Inability to bear children. So for them, definitely there is a solution, that is ARTs, that is assisted reproductive technologies. So a childless couple visit assisted reproductive technology center to get assistance to have a child. On diagnosis, it was noticed that there was low sperm count. Very, very important. Low sperm count in whom? In male. In the male partner. Which of the following strategy of ART is most suitable? Artificial insemination, in vitro fertilization, gamete intrafallopian transfer, zygote intrafallopian. All the ARTs are very, very important. But this is a disorder, reason for infertility in male, because not in female. So low sperm count. So the only solution is what? Artificial insemination. AI, artificial insemination. So the sperms from the donor are collected and are inseminated. What do you mean by insemination? They are inserted into the female genital tract. So that is called artificial insemination. So the option is A. A is the correct option. Plants like Marchantia and Funaria produce gametes by mitosis. So these both are bryophytes, which have both gametophytic as well as sporophytic in life cycle. So plants like Marchantia and Funaria produce gametes by mitosis. because so it is haplodiplontic life cycle in bryophytes, haplodiplontic life cycle. So plants like Marchantia and Funaria produce gametes by mitosis because option A, plant body is haploid, option B, gametophyte is diploid, option C, they are gametophytes, and option D, they are dioecious. So option A is correct. Plant body is haploid. Option A is correct. Plant body is haploid. Identify the asexual reproductive structure M in the following diagram. So this is the diagram of a yeast cell. So you have come across in case of asexual reproduction. So M is nothing but a bud. Here you can see a bud. What is a bud? Bud is nothing but an outgrowth. Bud is an outgrowth. So it will produce one small bud like this, and this will start developing like this, and it will develop into a new individual. So what is a bud? Bud is an outgrowth. What is outgrowth? In one particular region of the parent body, repeated mitotic cell division will take place, and that repeated mitotic cell division will lead to what? Outgrowth. And that outgrowth is called as what? Bud. And this bud will remain attached to the parent body till it is completely developed. Once it is completely developed, it detaches from the parent body and starts leading a new independent life. So this is budding is one type of asexual reproductive structure. So bud. Conidium. Conidium you can see in Penicillium. Then zoospore formation in Chlamydomonas. These are the asexual reproductive structures in Chlamydomonas. This conidium is asexual reproductive structure in Penicillium. Gemmules are internal buds. In sponges. So what does M represent? Bud. Option A. Option A is correct, that is bud. In some plants, stigma and anther mature at different times because you might have come across plants will come out with outbreeding devices. Outbreeding devices. Outbreeding devices are also called as contrivances. They are also called as contrivances, where plants prefer or encourage cross-pollination. And discourage self-pollination. So what are the devices like? For example, heterostyle and protogyny, protoandry. What is heterostyle? Stigma and style will be at different positions. Protogyny, gynoecium matures prior to androecium. And protoandry, androecium matures prior to gynoecium. So all these are the devices. So among the options, which is the device in some plants, stigma and anther mature at different types because what? It facilitates self-pollination, wrong. It facilitates cross-pollination, correct. Then it attracts pollinators, wrong. It prevents cross-pollination, wrong. As I said, it encourages what? Cross-pollination. So it facilitates what? Cross-pollination. Nowadays, agricultural practice is expensive to the farmers as they need to purchase hybrid seeds every year. Which of the following strategies can be employed to overcome this problem? Option 1, production of apomictic seeds. Apomictic seeds means what? Seedless, that is hybrid seeds. Apomictic seeds that are produced without fertilization, without fertilization. Then parthenocarpy, no. Then synthetic seeds, no. Conventional plant breeding, no. See, the option is A. So nowadays agricultural practice is expensive to the farmers as they need to purchase hybrid seeds every year. Which of the following strategies can be employed to overcome? That is production of apomictic seeds. Identify, moving across the last question, that is the 60th question. Identify the correct order of steps involved in artificial hybridization in plants. As you all know that particularly to improve the crop production, many programs are implemented, and one such program is artificial hybridization, which is artificial hybridization, which is obtained through two very important steps called emasculation, then bagging, then rebagging. So artificial hybridization is obtained by three very important techniques. One is called emasculation, bagging and rebagging. What is emasculation? Emasculation is what? Removal of anthers. Anthers are removed. Why? Particularly if it is a bisexual flower, the chances of the pollen grains falling on the stigmatic surface of the same flower is quite possible in case of a bisexual flower, right? So in order to avoid that, so you can get a desired plant of your choice through artificial hybridization. So you can remove the anthers, and at the same time what you have to do? You have to cover the stigmatic surface of the female flower. Why? In order to avoid the falling of the unwanted pollen grains on the stigmatic surface. So first bagging, then remove the bag, then dust the pollen grains of your desire and again rebag it. Why again rebagging? Again unwanted pollen grains should not fall on the stigmatic surface. So what is the correct order of steps involved in artificial hybridization? Emasculation, bagging and rebagging. So what is the first option? Option A, rebagging, artificial pollination, bagging, emasculation. Wrong. The first answer itself is wrong. First one is what? Emasculation. Where do you come across? Only here. Here also you don't come across, here also you don't come across. So emasculation, bagging, artificial pollination and rebagging. What is artificial? After bagging, what do we do? You do artificial pollination. You take the pollen grains of your desire and you are going to dust it on the stigmatic surface of the female flower. And then again you are going to rebag it. So the option D is correct. Hope you have understood the analysis part of this 2019 Karnataka CET competitive exam. Hope you might have come across when I was solving these answers, like what is the technique that you need to apply for marking the right option, right? Do the analysis part. So each and every option should be analyzed properly. As I said, you should use your smart brain. Smart work is very, very much required for cracking this competitive exam. So you should have presence of mind. Within that stipulated time, very small time of 60 minutes, you have to answer 60 questions and each question carries 1 minute, and in that 1 minute you must be able to do the analysis part and also mark the right option. So that is the reason you should have a strong theory concepts also. Very, very important. If you are very strong in your theory part, then that will help you out to crack this competitive exam. So hope I'll be coming back with some more papers in the coming session. Till then, goodbye and thank you.